Hello, friends. Come on in. This is the Cozy Sky Knits podcast. I'm Elizabeth, and I'm coming to you from Georgetown, Texas. Today is Wednesday, December 3rd, and it is a bit chilly here in Texas, which is really exciting. This is primarily a knitting podcast. Today, I have a little bit more of a chatty episode, and I'm going to share some footage from a recent trip I took, a couple recent trips I took, and tell a couple of funny stories. I only have one finished object to share and one whip. So I haven't had a lot of knitting time in the past few weeks since I last podcast because I've been traveling a lot for work and it's just been really, really busy. So getting ready for Christmas as well as the work travels. So anyway, I hope that you will spend a little bit of time with me and kind of catch up. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. So I am drinking some tea, chamomile tea from this really beautiful cup from Anthropology with these poodles leading Santa's sleigh. I have a thing for poodles, so I have two dogs, Sullivan and Griffin, who are both half poodles. So anyway, I just love this little mug. So I'm drinking some hot tea. I hope that you will grab a beverage, whether it's hot or cold, and find something to work on while we chat for a bit and get caught up. So let's talk about what I'm wearing tonight, because it is kind of chilly here today. In fact, I think we're going to freeze this evening, chance of frost anyway, which is pretty exciting for us. So I had to cover my faucets outside this afternoon in preparation for that. But anyway, looking forward to the cold weather. We've actually had a few days of cold weather and it's been really nice. So I know most of you that live in cold climates complain about the cold, but we actually kind of welcome it here, especially us knitters, right? So anyway, what I am wearing is a beautiful sweater called the Night Blooms by Melissa Clulo, formerly of Espace Tricot, and now she's the owner of Sonder Yarn in Canada. And this was a free pattern by Espace Tricot. I'm not sure if it's still free, but it was at the time that I got it. It's a beautiful sweater that's knit in a DK weight yarn or DK weight gauge of 22 stitches and 28 rounds per 4 inches. And I used a US 6 for the entire thing, and which is a 4.0 millimeter. And I think the pattern recommends that for the color work you could go up to a US 7 or 4.5 millimeter, but my color, I don't really have too much trouble with my color work tension, so I'm just able to use the same needle for both. And I knit this, gosh, this was made back in 2021, and it's a very warm sweater. And I made it out of alpaca, 100% alpaca, that I got from a yarn crawl years ago in a place that's no longer operating, and it was called Old Oaks Ranch, and it was in Wimberley, Texas, I believe. And it was their Ranch Classic Peruvian alpaca. And the color on the label was charcoal, but it's really more of a brownish gray. So it leans dark brown or charcoal, kind of depending on the light. And so that's the main color, and it provides, because it's alpaca, provides a lot of drape. It's really nice, and it's very warm. And then the contrast color is Suburban Stitcher, and I used her Surrey Silk Base, which is 74% alpaca Surrey and 26% silk. And the colorway is Red Hot, which is this really bright red, kind of a orangey red, really pretty color. Almost like actually it has like a coral hint to it, but it's a very pretty red. And I thought the combination was pretty interesting, and I liked it a lot. So let me stand up and see if I can show you. You can see how much drape the sweater has. It's kind of got an A-line fit, and there's some ribbing, and then I used the contrast bind off, and I did the same on the sleeves. The sleeves are knit straight. I don't think there were any decreases at all. And it's round yoke, like I said, a little bit of a rolled edge at the top, so no ribbing at the top. And I just like it. I usually wear a t-shirt under it, and I just love the way it drapes. I can dress it up or wear it with jeans and boots and what have you. And I get a lot of wear out of this. I really like it. So anyway, I highly recommend the pattern. The color work was a lot of fun and went really quickly. So it was a really quick knit for me. And like I said, highly recommend it. Very clear pattern. And normally I would show what my co-partner Sasha wears at this time, but unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control called space constraints, Sasha is hanging out in the garage right now. I had to bring in my Christmas tree and all my other decorations and stuff, and there just wasn't room for her. So she is hanging out in the garage, and she's kind of naked right now, but anyway, she'll be back in probably January. So we just have one finished object. Like I said, I've been traveling a lot for work, and I have not had much knitting time at all between traveling and trying to get all of our decorations up and Thanksgiving holiday and what have you. Just haven't had a lot of knitting time at all. So I did, however, finish one project, and I'm not even sure if I had it cast on last time. I know I talked about it, but it is the One Love Mystery Shawl that Joji Locatelli, I think I did have it cast on. I think it was just the first clue that had been out when I podcast last time. An episode, I think, was it 15? So this is episode 16. I don't know if I said that. Anyway, it was a mystery shawl that Joji put out that was during the month of November, and she released a clue every week. And it's just a one skein fingering weight shawl. And I used some really old stash. And this was yarn by Mi'kmaq Yarns, and it was a wool and silk blend. And my friend Mickey used to dye that yarn. She doesn't dye yarn anymore, but this was one that she had kind of cast off because it was a mistake, and it was a gradient. And I actually loved it when I saw it in the skein, or the cake, I should say. And I thought it was so pretty. And I said, someday I'll make something really pretty out of it. So I thought that this shawl, being one skein, would be a really good fit for the gradient because it had really long color runs. And I used every bit of yarn. I think I had about 6 inches left, if that. So yeah, so I really enjoyed knitting this. It was a good amount each week to get done. It wasn't very much. And I was able to complete it by the end of the month. So pretty happy with that. And it just had some easy garter and then some easy lace work. Nothing too complicated. And it didn't look the best pre-blocking. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to wear this. But then when I blocked it and stretched it out, I was like, oh yeah, that's really pretty. So I usually, the shawl like this, I usually kind of just wrap it around like that and wear it. And I think it's really pretty. It doesn't really go with what I'm wearing, but I think it's pretty, and I think it shows all the colors. So pretty happy with that. And like I said, that's my only finished object this week. So let's talk about what's been on my needles. Like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of knitting time because of my work schedule and travel schedule, as well as decorating for Christmas and then the Thanksgiving holiday, and just everything's been really kind of a whirlwind. So I've had very limited knitting time. However, the one project, in addition to the finished object that I showed you, that I have been working on the last couple of days is my Advent socks from Freckled Whimsy. It's the 2025 Advent, the 24 stripe sock. This is the pretty label. And it's on her Serendipity base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. 100 grams, it has 463 yards, so good yardage on this. And I didn't get a mini with it. I just got the actual self-striping because I have so much sock yarn. So anyway, so I'm combining this with Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn in the color, I don't see the colorway Iris. And that's this kind of purple with multi speckles, light speckling. But I thought this color is kind of a little bit going out on a limb, but there were so many different colors in this, and I thought that the speckles in here kind of mirrored the different stripes. So that's why I chose that. And I'm dropping everything. Sorry, out of practice because it's been a few weeks. But anyway, I knit up the cuffs. Not super pleased with the way it looks yet, but I am confident that once I get to all the other colors, that this color that I chose for the cuffs and heels and toes will make more sense. So hopefully that will work. So I'm just 3 days into it. Like I said, today's December 3rd. So I had knit the cuffs up over the weekend and then started one stripe a day. and I'm kind of starting into the 4th stripe just because I like to finish around. That's where it ended. But I'm using these cute little stitch stoppers that I recently got in my shop, Cozy Sky Co. on Etsy. And these are the little winter monsters, or the Yetis. I think they're super cute. So, and I'm using a size US 1, and these are actually, oh gosh, what are those needles that are no longer, Signature, couldn't remember. Signature needles. They're no longer making needles, but these are their 9-inch circulars. So that's what I am doing. And like I said, nothing else that I've really been working on. I just haven't had the time. I picked up my green sweater that I've been making. I can't remember what it was, jacket number 9 or cardigan number 9 or something, from My Favorite Things Knitwear. I'll show that next time. I was afraid I was going to run out of yarn, so I kind of put it down for a bit. And I just went ahead and ordered a couple more skeins of yarn from Knit ATX, my local yarn store, because I was just afraid that I would get into it and just run out. So I just ordered it. I figure I can make a hat or some sort of accessory to go with it. So hopefully I'll make some progress on that this week, and I'll have that to show in a couple weeks. So that's all. That's what's on my needles. Interested to know what's on your needles. So please feel free to let me know if you're doing any holiday knitting, any gift knitting, if you're working on Advents. I love to hear about that. I always enjoy getting 1 or 2 Advents every year. I like to get a sock one and then a couple yarn ones if I'm able to. So anyway, yeah, so just leave me a comment and let me know what you're up to. Appreciate that. Speaking of Advents, I thought I would show you the Advents that I do have. So my mom and I got a tea Advent. We just got a 12-day one because I'm going to be gone so much. We decided just the 12-day would be enough for us. But we really enjoy these tea Advents where you open them up and you get 2 tea bags per day. So we get 24 tea bags in total, so we're able to share it, and we really enjoy that. And this is from Harney & Sons, which we really love their teas, and it's a pretty good mix. I think there are, out of the 12, I think 5 of them have caffeine, and 7 of them are caffeine-free, which is really nice because then we can drink it in the evenings. So enjoying that. In fact, that's what I'm drinking right now, is the chamomile tea, which was today's tea. Then I showed last time that I had received my box from Ruby and Rose's Yarn. This beautiful box, and it opens up to this. It's quite large. And I was really good and did not cheat, and I started opening it up. So this was day, oh, I might have these mixed up. I think this was day 1. It was really pretty with browns and pinks and greens and golds. Super pretty. A little bit of beige, purple, very pretty. And then this, I think, was day 2. Oops. You can see this is a gray base with some mints and pink and purple, lavender, blues, different shades of green, more minty green, and then more of the olive tone. So very pretty. She has a very good color sense, and I really enjoy her mix of colors. And then this one is day 3. And it's kind of a lilac-y blue base with some definite more pinky purple, and then a minty green speckling, and then a little bit of a darker purple, and a little tiny touch of more different shades of green in there too. But very pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but I was just really excited to get Addison's Advent for the first time this year, and probably just hang on to these and, I don't know, decide what to make with it. A lot of times I do that. I have a whole bunch of Advents from previous years that I have not knit up yet that I'm just kind of saving. I don't think at some point I'm going to make some sort of a blanket, maybe the Sweet Shop blanket. Haven't decided yet, but that's one of them. Then the other Advent I usually get every year is from Chelsea Yarns, and her Advent this year is a London theme, and it came with this adorable bag with the gingerbread, and I have a thing for gingerbread, so I really enjoy this. And there were all kinds of treats in it. Some holiday gummy treats, a beautiful little candle. This is called London Holiday with Chelsea, and It's a beautiful tin candle. It smells really good. Maybe a little spicy. And what else? There's a tea strainer in here. And there was a cookie and some teas. And here's a loose tea. There were some tea bags, and then there's a loose tea. There were some stickers. And then I also got the add-on companion, which is the London themed knit and crochet kit. And so that's this. And it's really cute. It's got a tape measure. And this is a row counter up here built in. There's actually is it a crochet hook or a, oh, I just popped it out. Sorry. Yeah, I think it's needles and hooks that you can use. So those are on there, and then it has inside here a little thing of scissors, collapsible scissors, and a place for stitch markers, a stitch holder. Oh, I just noticed these little crown themed stitch stoppers. Those are very cute. See those? Yeah, and then this is a needle gauge thing. So everything kind of built into one unit. And so I've always wanted one of these, and I thought, oh, the London theme one would be really cute to finally get one. So I got that as an add-on. And then I have most of the yarns are stacked up, or I put them in a basket for opening. This is the first half, and the other half are in a box right now. But this, the cards, her artwork on her cards is just gorgeous. And it came with a free pattern for a shawl or wrap, like a wrap, I guess it was. But I don't know if I'm going to knit that or not. But I like that she tells you the name of the colorways on here every year. I think that's really, really nice. And these are the first 3 colors. So all very soft and pretty. And I think one was called High Tea. What the other one was. High Tea was day 1. The Thames was day 2. And Chelsea is day 3. So very pretty colors. Very soft pastel-y. And I get this on a sparkle base, which is really nice. So, and I have several years of Advent stored up in the sparkle base that I again, just waiting to do something with. I'm not sure what. But one day when I retire and I have more time and I can really figure out how I want to use them, I will do that. Every now and then I do pull one out and I'll use it for some socks or as an accent in some other project. But until then, I just enjoy admiring them and opening them up every year. So that's a treat to myself. Okay, I thought I would also talk about a couple of things as far as acquisitions that I got. I went to a craft show here in our Sun City subdivision or development that was back in, I think it was early November, and some of my friends from San Antonio came. And I thought I'd share a few of the crafty items that I bought. So first up is this little fabric or rope bowl, which I think is really pretty. Little tiny, just a little trinket dish. And I think it's very beautiful. I got that from a local artist. And then my friend Mary, who came to the show with me, she came and she's been making these bowls as well. So she made one for me. And I have in here a bunch of stitch stoppers that are new to my shop, which I'll show at the end. I bought a cute little Texas hat that was needle felted, which is super cute. And that will be gifted to someone. And then I bought this woman that makes things out of vintage embroidery, embroidered items like tablecloths and linens and things. And in this beautiful little pouch that she made out of antique linens, I got this card set, which I just think they're gorgeous. And so what she does is she cuts the linen out and then she stitches it onto cardstock. And then you can use these to send out. And so there's this one, which is beautiful cross stitch. And this one, just appliqued. And this is just embroidered, this little bird, a little bumblebee. It's cute. This one is like a basket of spring flowers. So these were like kind of spring and summer themed ones, but I like them. A floral one that's all embroidered, and then this beautiful floral one. So yeah, that set of 6 in that beautiful pouch. And I've given those as gifts to some of my friends before too, and they really enjoy them. And then she also makes these really cute tags, which I think are just adorable. And it, again, comes in a set, and they're just little bits of embroidery that she sews onto these and puts ribbon on them. And then you could use them as a tag on a gift or whatever. But my intention for these is going to be to make some sort of a garland to hang in my studio here. And these are just all very pretty pinks and greens and yellows and purples, and just beautiful, beautiful artwork and craftsmanship. Again, antique linens that she cycles and upcycles them, I guess you would say. Upcycles them and makes them into other beautiful objects. So they get a second life, and I like that. I like that idea. And I like that they're vintagey. So pretty cool. And then I found yarn at the craft show, and this was Teriyaki Poodle is the name, and it's hand-dyed, hand-spun fiber. It was like start to finish. She dyed the fiber, then she spun it into a hand spun. So she did both processes, and this was 135 yards of merino silk, and the artist's name is Karen Patterson, and yeah, her Etsy shop is Teriyaki Poodle. That's a cute name. Anyway, I thought this was very beautiful, hand spun, and I was quite excited. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Maybe a hat or something, or color work in a sweater. I'm not really sure. 135 yards, so we'll see what happens with that. I just think it's really beautiful, and it's got a really nice feel to it because of that silk in there. So I was happy to score that. And then I found this beautiful picture, and this was done by an artist here that lives in the same subdivision or the same complex that I do, the Sun City. And this is a beautiful needle felted landscape picture. And it's just beautiful clouds, and then these little tiny sheep, which I just think are super adorable. So I was really happy to get that, and I'll be happy to find a place to hang that because I think it's really beautiful. So those are the things I got that I thought I'd share with you. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of that and seeing what other people make in kind of fiber adjacent crafts. Okay, I just wanted to show a couple of the stitch stoppers that I got in recently to my shop that are new. These are holiday, I would say my holiday collection. I'm going to hold them up against something white so you can hopefully see them better. So this is a little snowman, hot chocolate snowman, which is really cute. And another little snowman with stick arms with a hot pink scarf. I guess it's a snow lady, technically. And this little guy has a cute little Santa hat, a scarf, and little mittens. And those are all 3D, by the way. So they're three-dimensional. This is another little cute snowman with a blue hat and scarf. And these cute little penguins. The bow in her hair. Again, 3D. I think those are a lot of fun. And this was another penguin, which I don't know what kind of penguin that is. A puffer, maybe? He's got that fun little crazy eyes and that little bit of fur right between his eyes. I think it's so cute. And he's got a cute little red and white hat on. Then I have this moose, winter moose. I don't know if that white background is helping or not, but he's really cute with his hat. And this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see. You probably won't be able to see it against the white, so let me just put it against my hand. This one is just, it says Merry and Bright, and it's just kind of a translucent silicone with silver sparkles in it, which are hard to pick up. I guess you can see a couple of them up in here. And some white snowflakes. And then, let's see, this cute little sweater with a gingerbread man on it. I think those are super cute. And these really cute cupcakes. I'll have to show them. They're 2 different colors. So red and green 3D cupcakes with sprinkles. You can see those. It's the back side. And then their front sides. So I think those are cute as well. And you can get these either a set of 2 green, a set of 2 red, or a mixed set. I always like the mixed set myself. And then I have these really cute gingerbread. Now these probably will show up better on white. So let me hold this up against the white. This little gingerbread man. He's really cute with lots of frosting details on his little Santa cap. And then the little 3D house that goes with him. And you can get these, a set of 2 of each of these, or you can get a mixed set. And again, I just, oops, like the mixed set. So anyway, I just thought I'd show some of those holiday stitch stoppers if you are in need of some, or you're looking for a good stocking stuffer or a little gift for someone. They're a really cute little thing to have for the holidays to make your knitting kind of fun. So just to chat a bit, I mentioned that I was traveling a bit. I was up in Dallas a couple times, went to Alabama. I think the last time we chatted, I was on my way to Alabama. Unfortunately, oh yeah, I drove to Dallas and flew out to Alabama from Dallas because I had to be back in town for Dallas. So anyway, I took some B-roll. I'm going to insert a bunch of that because I was in some beautiful places, and I just thought that you might enjoy seeing some of that scenery. So I will include that footage here as well. I want to say, and I think a couple people have commented that they lived in Alabama, and I just want to say that I never realized what a beautiful state Alabama is. I was pretty shocked because I guess it's the first time I've been like to the coast, which of course is beautiful. You'd expect that. And other than that, I think I've been into like flown into Birmingham and driven to Montgomery, which is a pretty drive. But this time I I flew into Birmingham, I drove to Bessemer for a meeting, and then I drove to Opelika, and we were at this beautiful resort there for this meeting that I had. And I want to tell you that drive from Bessemer to Opelika was beautiful. I was just blown away. And of course it was fall and it was a bright sunny day and the fall color was in and it was just really gorgeous. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I really want to go back and spend a few days traveling by myself or take my mom and go for vacation and kind of explore the little town of Opelika. Looked like it was just darling. I was there in the evening. We went to a really good restaurant. I think it was called Zazu's for dinner with the people that I was meeting with, which was a lot of fun. And oh my gosh, did we have some good food. So 2 of us got the braised short ribs and they were just, oh my goodness, they just were boneless and the meat was just so tender and it was served over jasmine rice with some black sesame seeds. And then they had these charred Brussels sprouts and this ginger sauce. And oh my gosh, the flavors were just to die for. The guy sitting across from me ordered the same thing as my customer. And we both took a bite and our eyes just went like, oh my goodness, what is this flavor explosion in our mouths? We were just like, this is like one of the best things we've ever tasted. It was so good. So anyway, I just saw the the cute little shops and things in that town, and I really would like to go back and spend some time there. But yeah, so I can't wait to spend more time in Alabama. I'm really excited to kind of have discovered that. And like I said, I don't know why I never really realized how beautiful of a state it is, but it truly was really pretty. So just thought I would share that. And like I said, I'll put some of the footage, including some footage from the airport, because that Birmingham airport had this wall of plants and greenery that was just truly amazing and very relaxing. So I can imagine if you're having a stressful day of travel and you get to that airport and have a little time, they had some white wooden rocking chairs sitting by this beautiful wall of this greenery that was just, oh, it was so relaxing. It was just beautiful. So I'll put some footage of that too, because that was really enjoyable for me. So other than that, I hope if you're in the States, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My mom and I cooked a turkey and we finished up our decorating over the weekend, and we just had a relaxing weekend. So it was really nice. I was pretty tired after working so much. So it was good to have a few days off just to kind of chill, so to speak. And we got our outside lights on and things like that. So did a lot of work, but we also relaxed and enjoyed ourselves. So that was really nice. And I hope that the same thing happened to you if you celebrated Thanksgiving. And also I wanted to mention that I'm going to put another little bit in here of my mom and I talking about a funny thing that happened with some of our decorations. So hopefully you find some humor in that story. And my mom is going to show some of her puzzle stuff. And okay, this is my mom, Nancy. If you've been here before, you may have seen her on the podcast occasionally.
Hello.
And the reason I'm having Nancy on today is because we wanted to tell you a funny story about a couple of Santas that we have. We were decorating for Christmas this year, and we had something we found very funny, so we thought we'd share it. So we have this Santa in our family that's been around for a while, and we refer to
Not
him.
as long as I've been around, though. I'm 81. The Santa's only 40.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, we always considered him a family heirloom. At least that's what she told us when we were younger. And here he is. We finally refer to him as Sam Elliott. And there's a close-up of his face. And to us, he looks like the actor Sam Elliott. So this guy has become known as Sam Elliott. And we were always told that he was hand-carved out of pecan wood. So if you could see, he looks like he's all carved. Okay, so we put him out in our sunroom this year on our table because it matched kind of our theme out there. And all was good until about, what was it, a week ago?
A week ago. I had a little mishap.
So she knocked the table into the table, bumped into the table. Sam Elliott went flying. And it wasn't a big deal.
He fell. I picked him up. I'm like, he's not broken. He's good. I plunked him back down on the table.
Okay.
A week later,
Yeah.
I was moving the curtains to block out the sun, and I looked down and I screamed. I thought there was a dead mouse. Well, I finally got brave enough to take a stick and poke at it. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's Sam Elliott's boots. So this is what happened.
When he fell.
Clean break.
Okay, so she brings him into the house. And this isn't bad enough. But she brings him into the house. And my engineering-like brain starts to look at it. And I said, wait a minute. He's made out of plastic. I'm like, he's not pecan wood. He's made out of plastic. And then I look at the bottom. And I'm like, there's a sticker. Made in China.
Can you believe for 40 years I never turned that Sam Elliott over? I believed he was pecan wood, and I was passing him down to my children.
And so we were like always told to treasure this thing. And really it's phony. It is still Sam Elliott, but he's made of plastic or resin. And I can glue them back together, but we just thought that was hysterical. And this guy has been moved across states from
17
Michigan.
times.
No, we didn't move him that many times, but he's been moved from a lot of houses, including some long distance from
Probably
Michigan.
about 9.
Yeah.
9 times to be.
Anyway, funny story. This family heirloom is really kind of a piece of trash, but we still love him. And now we did find the real pecan wood one, who we've never put any value on all these years.
Because on the bottom it says, what does it say? I can't see it.
It says crushed pecan folk art, hand painted. So this guy, he's not carved, he's crushed pecan wood, but
So
and he is hand painted. So this
now
guy
the
is more
heirloom.
valuable. But we've been disregarding him all these years. This is not funny.
He's just as old though as Sam Elliott, but not as old as me.
Anyway, just wanted to share our Santa story. And I don't know if y'all have any funny stories of things that have happened in your family like that. Please share them in the comments. We thought you'd get a kick out of this. So that's it. Thanks, Mom. Thanks
Nice
for sharing.
to see everyone. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
What is going on? You working puzzles?
I am working puzzles.
Okay, well, first of all, that's a nice sweater you have on.
Well,
what are you wearing?
I borrowed your white Enkel sweater.
Oh, okay.
Do you like the way it looks?
Yeah, that's really pretty. Is it soft?
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
You could gift it to me if you'd like.
Wait a minute, that was not part of the discussion. Okay, so that is the Enkel sweater, which was from the 52 Weeks of Easy Knits by Lina Publications, and it was designed by Meiju Kallio. And I knit it up in Lion's Brand Fisherman wool in the color natural, combined with a strand of Surrey alpaca silk, and also undyed. So it's a really nice fabric, right? It's really soft.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Okay.
It feels really good on.
All right. Now, the real reason we're here. Tell us what's going on your puzzle table.
Well, I'm working 2 different puzzles. Elizabeth's good friend gifted me an Advent puzzle.
That is Darlene from Bags by Awesome
Yes.
Granny. Most people know her.
Yes, and last year Darlene gifted me one, and I just loved it. Every day you work 40-some pieces. It's 1,000 pieces, and they come in these little boxes with numbers. And so I finished day 3 today. Tomorrow will be day 4. And when it's finished, it will look like this.
Oh, nice.
So that's a lot of fun. And then at the same time, I'm working on a 500-piece easy nutcracker because Elizabeth loves nutcrackers.
I do.
So she bought this for me. So I'm working on both puzzles at the same time.
And that puzzle is by that company.
Galleon.
Yes. Galleon? Or Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
So that's my life.
Looks good. And your dog is waiting. Well, my dog.
To be fed.
Yeah, he's in the background there waiting to be fed. So, okay. All right, sign off.
Bye-bye.
I just wanted to tell you that this was really funny. She shared with me. She's wearing a sweater that's mine, and it's a white or a cream sweater. And she's always hesitant to borrow anything of mine because she's afraid she'll spill on it. I'm like, Mom, it's just yarn. I can usually wash it by hand or whatever, get things out. It's not a big deal. Wear the stuff. I want you to wear it. So anyway, she told me I start laughing every time I think of this, but she told me that when she put the sweater on, she goes, well, I have to put the sweater on. I had to put underwear over my head to put the sweater on. I was like, okay, back up. You had to what? Well, they were clean underwear, but I had to put underwear over my head to put the sweater on so I wouldn't get makeup on the sweater. I'm like, oh my God, Mom. Most people will put a towel or something. She goes, well, I didn't want to go into the bathroom and get a towel. Anyway, I just thought that was hysterical. And oh my God, we laughed so hard when she was telling me that. But anyway, I hope you enjoy our funny story about our Santas, which I will include some footage of because that was also another funny story. So it's good to laugh this time of year. I have another big trip next week. I leave on Monday and I won't be back until Thursday, I think. So I'm just going up to Dallas, but have a lot of 3 big important meetings next week. So it's going to be a stressful week. So, and then once I get done with that, I'm looking forward to some smooth sailing to the end of the year, and I'm taking off 2 weeks over Christmas. So I will be podcasting again later towards Christmas. On the 21st, I'm hosting my knitting group's Christmas party, which I didn't host it last year because of having just moved and everything. So another friend of ours kindly hosted it last year, and it was lovely. But I'm excited to have everyone come and see our new house and the new decorating this year, and hopefully that'll be an enjoyable experience, and I'll be able to share a little bit of that footage with you as well. So anyway, I've been chatting long enough. Just wanted to, again, thank you for spending some time here. I'm sorry I didn't have a ton of knitting content, but I still hope that you enjoyed some of the other stuff that I shared with you. And I hope to have more knitting content next time as my schedule starts to ease up and I have more time to knit. So I will look forward to hopefully seeing y'all again. And like I said, if you don't mind subscribing, if you aren't subscribed, I'd appreciate that. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that. And I just really want to hear from you. So anything you have in the comments, if you guys have any questions for me or suggestions on things you'd like to see in my podcast, I'd appreciate that. And I also want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending time with me and for all the comments that people have left on my other episodes. I read every single one and appreciate it. And I had even a customer on my Etsy shop who left me a message saying that she enjoyed my podcast. So that really warmed my heart too. So appreciate it. And I hope you guys are all staying safe, staying warm if you're in a cold climate, because I know there's some cold weather out there, especially on the East Coast right now, and a lot of snow in places. So anyway, that's it. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.